Hey, it's Dan, and in this video I want to talk to you about why you're probably eating too much. Hey, it's Dan, hope you're well today. So, yes, I think more than likely there's a very good chance that you're probably eating too much. And I know this because that's exactly what I used to do. And sometimes I still do. And, you know, we do the fasting, so we do like 16-8, so 16 hours where we don't eat anything at all, generally. And then we have an 8-hour window in which we can eat. And we normally eat at like 2 o'clock, and then we'll, you know, for lunch, protein bar at 5, we'll have dinner around 7:30, 8. We live in Spain, so it's a little bit later. And then a protein bar at 10, and then that's it, that's my 8-hour window. But then what happens is I go back to England, and that all goes out the window. We go for a cheap breakfast at Wetherspoons, we go for lunch, we go for dinner, we have puddings, we have sweets, all that stuff. And after a week in England, I come back, I've put a kilo and a half on. Some of it is magnified a little bit more because I go back and I've missed all this gorgeous food that we can't get here in Spain. But also I'm looking at other people eating, you know, big dinners, big meals, big breakfasts, and I'm like, dude, you're eating 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. Like, unless you're working out like an Olympic swimmer, there's no way are you burning that. And so basically it's only going one direction, and that's up on the scales. Your weight's going to go up. And not only that, you're then getting all this extra fat around your tummy, you're also getting all this fat around your heart and your lungs and your liver and your kidneys and all these vital organs, and it's really not healthy. And so I understand why we do it. You know, a lot of times we do it because we've always done it. We've been falsely told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Probably Kellogg's came up with that, I have no idea. Whose fault was it to eat bacon first thing in the morning? Bonkers. Just a bonkers idea. Anyway, you don't need breakfast. The body, upon waking, sends out a huge boost of everything that it needs upon waking. And I've been without food for 3 days almost, 65-hour fast. Still working out, still on a treadmill, still lifting weights. You don't need as much food as you think you do. You just think you do because society has taught you that this is what you're supposed to do, and it's wrong. And your health, right? Your health is demonstrating just how incorrect this is. Because I guarantee that you could lose a few pounds. I mean, you know, we could all lose a few pounds, but unless you've got 10 to 12% body fat if you're male, slightly more if you're female, you need to lose some weight. It's as simple as that, really. So look, I hope that's useful, a bit eye-opening, maybe controversial. That's fine, I'm happy with that. But you're probably eating too much, and you need to just kind of watch what you're eating. Try and manage some of those calories, and you'll be amazed and surprised at just how much food you actually eat once you start measuring and tracking some of those calories. All right, hope that's useful. Back at CrossFit, we'll speak to you soon. Take care.